Hey guys, good morning. Guys, can you see my screen? Just type S in the chat box so that we'll get started. Great. Yeah, good morning, everyone. So yesterday we started this waiting mechanism concept. And as part of that, I covered this Java's way of thread dot sleep and its problem. It's not smart wait, right? So we went to Selenium. In that we already started implicit wait, which is a global wait though. When you apply this for one element, but it will be applied for all the elements. It's a global wait, and explained the problems with implicit wait also. Like for a special element, you cannot wait. Here, uh, as a global wait, you have to wait for all the elements. And if one of the element takes a lot of time, so for that particular element, we have to wait for more. Right? So we'll limit this implicit wait for a specific period of time, like not more than 10 seconds max, or in some complex applications up to 15 seconds, we'll mention the global wait. But if some element is taking more than the 10 or 15 or whatever the time that you are giving in this implicit wait, then the idea is to go for explicit wait. We are going to specially wait for that particular element. That is explicit wait. Okay. Clear, guys? What is explicit wait? Is it clear? When do we go for explicit wait? Let's say there are different elements on the page. And this is a page. There are different elements on the page. I'll just take this. Different elements. For example, there are some 9 elements. Let's say one of this element is taking 3 seconds. Other element is taking 5 seconds. This element is taking 10 seconds. This one is taking 25 seconds. This one 50 seconds. This one, let's say 4 seconds. This one 120 seconds. Okay. And this one is taking some 2 seconds. And this one is taking, let's say 33 seconds. Now in this, if I have to implement a global wait, a single waiting mechanism using implicitly wait, implicitly wait, or implicit wait. So if I have to use implicitly wait to wait for all these elements, how much time I have to give here for this implicitly wait? If I have to, with the help of implicitly wait only, if I have to wait for all these elements, the maximum time, that is 120, I have to give. So is this a correct approach? Because implicitly wait is a global wait. It will wait for all the elements, not specially for any particular element. So if you give 120 seconds, is there any problem? Is there any problem by implementing that? If, let's say, this particular element which takes only 2 seconds has some locator problem. So to fail that and say that no such element exists, no such element exception come, it will take 120 seconds instead of just waiting for 2 seconds and letting us know that, there's a locator problem here. That's what is the problem with the implicit wait, right? As a global wait, if you take the maximum amount of time, this maximum amount of time is not only for this particular element, but not for all the elements. If the elements are working fine, it is a smart wait. It will only take 3 seconds, 2 seconds, etc. But if there is a problem with any element, which will generally take less time to wait, in that case, it will have to wait for the entire 120 seconds, right? It is not recommended like this. So what I'll do is maximum time that we can generally give for implicit wait is either some good number of projects will only put 5 seconds. Some projects will put 10 seconds. If the project is very simple, they will just put 5 seconds only as implicit wait, not more than 5 seconds. Okay. And if a project is there where, most of the elements fall into this 10 seconds category, then they will put into 10 seconds. And if there is a project which is a complex project where, waiting time is very minimum, say, then it, will maximum go up to 15 seconds in very rare cases, but not more than 15 seconds. Okay. So if I go with implicit wait 15 seconds, so this element waiting is done. This element waiting is done. This element waiting is done. This one is done. This one is done. But what about this one? 25, 120, 33. Will this implicit wait work? Is 15 seconds. Will it be able to wait for this 25, 120, 33? No, right? We'll be able to wait for all these elements because it is global wait. So it will be applicable for all these elements which take that less than or equal to 15 seconds. But more than 15 seconds, if there are some elements, then in that case, the implicit wait will not work. We have to go for what? We have to go for what? What is the solution then? Explicit wait. Explicit wait. We have to specially wait for this element. We have to specially wait for this element. Okay. We have to specially wait for this element. We have to specially wait for this element separately. The elements which take more than 10 or 15 seconds, in our case, I'll take 10 seconds only. The elements which take more than 10 seconds, I'm going to use explicit wait for them. I want to specially wait for that particular element. Is explicit wait a global wait? Is explicit wait a global wait? No, it's not a global wait. It will be only applicable for that particular element that you are waiting for. Okay. So element specific wait. This is called as element specific. Explicit wait is nothing but an element specific wait. Only for that particular element you are going to wait. That is explicit wait. Clear everyone? The difference between implicit wait is you will write this implicit wait only once and it will be applicable for all the elements. Okay. Whereas explicit wait will wait for a particular element only. It's a special wait or element specific or special element special wait. Okay. So I am going to implement. Let's say if there is a elements like this, I have to specially wait for this element, this element, this element, and this element separately. 4 explicit waiting mechanism statements I have to write here, okay, to wait for these elements. That's what is explicit wait. Okay. Hope the concept is clear, everyone. Concept is clear. Explicit wait concept is clear, everyone. Type C in the chat box if it is clear. If you want to specially wait for a particular element, then you will go for the explicit waiting mechanism. Okay. And in the explicit wait, there are 2 varieties. Normal explicit wait, that is WebDriverWait, and the other class we have is a Fluent Wait. So there are two ways to implement the explicit wait, that is WebDriverWait and Fluent Wait. So which one is better? WebDriverWait is better or Fluent Wait is better? Which one is generally used in real time? Out of these 2 waiting mechanisms, which one is generally used in real time? For explicit waiting purposes, do we use WebDriverWait class or Fluent Wait class? Which one? We use WebDriverWait class for implementing the explicit waiting mechanism in real time. Why? Because it is enough. Why? Because as per our requirement, it is enough. But what is Fluent Wait? It is more than what we require. It is an advanced wait. Okay. Just to put a drill on your wall, do you need a drilling machine? I mean, just to put a drill on a wall or just to make a small hole, do you need a kind of very big machinery kind of stuff which will put a very big hole kind of stuff? No, right? Small equipment is required, right? If your requirement is just to put a nail on your wall, okay? WebDriverWait is something where this is more than enough. Fluent Wait is an advanced version that is not required at all. That much advancedness we don't need in real time. Okay. For doing a small stuff, you don't need something very big, right? Okay. For doing a small thing, you don't need a very big advanced stuff. Okay. So for example, if you want to do a calculation, okay, mathematical calculation using a calculator, let's say. Okay. Everyone will have some calculator at their home, right? This kinds of basic calculator will be there. I'll show you a calculator. Okay. Now, if I want to add 2 numbers, 5 plus 6, I just want to add this 5 plus 6 is equal to, I got the result as 11. This calculator is enough for me. Let's say this calculator is a WebDriverWait kind of stuff, which is generally for your requirement, it will be enough. Now, to add this 5 plus 6, do you have to purchase a scientific calculator? Is it required to purchase scientific calculator? Everyone know about scientific calculator, right? Do we need scientific calculator? You see, like this, sine, cos, tan, all these are required to make that calculation of 5 plus 6. Do we need scientific calculator to do so? Is it required or normal calculator is enough? Use normal calculator to perform that basic calculator, to perform that simple calculator we'll use, right? We'll not go with a scientific calculator. We'll go with a simple calculator like this. 5. It's not working. A basic calculator is enough, guys. Let's say 5 plus 6 is equal to. This basic calculator is enough. You don't have to go with a scientific calculator, right? Normal is enough. The same case is with this explicit wait also. To wait for a particular element, normal calculator is required. Like normal WebDriverWait is enough. You don't need some extra version of this explicit waiting mechanism where you need all the stuff to be mentioned. Okay, so that advanced thing is not required, right? So what will be used in real time? Hence, WebDriverWait is more than enough. So WebDriverWait is generally chosen in real time. Fluent wait is not required. Okay. For knowledge purpose, we'll learn how to use Fluent Wait for waiting mechanism, but in general, WebDriverWait will be more than enough. Clear, everyone? Clear? Out of these explicit waiting mechanisms, we can use any of these things to specially wait for a particular element in special cases where instead of normal waiting where implicit wait will take care of like up to 10 seconds and all, if some element is taking more than 10 seconds or something, if you want to specially wait for that elements, you have to either go with WebDriverWait or Fluent Wait. In that, we use WebDriverWait as a normal one. Fluent Wait, we don't use it because it's an advanced version of this WebDriverWait or explicit waiting mechanism, which you don't really need in real time, like scientific applications kind of calculator. Okay, we generally don't use, right? Who will need that? Scientists will need that. Okay. Similarly, Fluent Wait is not for us, but knowledge-wise, we have to learn it. Okay. I'll explain both, but in real time, we use WebDriverWait. So with that note, let's go to the explicit wait, and instead of waiting for all the elements, all the statements in the program, all the elements in the program, explicit wait will wait only for the specific web element only. Okay. Using explicit wait, we can wait for only a particular web element. How that is possible to wait for a particular web element, I'm going to show you right now. Okay. Programmatically, I'm going to show you. So here,
Sir,
yes,
sir, I have a one doubt for the yesterday program.
yeah.
Uh, sir,
Yeah,
will
tell
you
me.
show the yesterday code?
1 minute. Yes, yes. This is a code.
Sir, yesterday, sir, you told that line number 16 you have written before the web page open, right? So yesterday you
Yes,
told the 16 number line will be executed when the web element will be found.
for all the web elements.
Yeah, for all the web element. But sir, if I
Hmm.
write the line number 16 at line number 21, so will it wait for the line number 19 also?
No, no, no. It will not wait for line number. After this got executed only, then will it come to action. Okay. So for example, if you put this here in line 21, what happens here is for this it will not consider the because it has not been executed, because it has not been executed. So waiting mechanism, implicit waiting mechanism will not be applicable for this element. For all the other elements which are coming after line 21, all the web elements which are coming after line 21, it will be applicable.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you.
You can write it anywhere, but the general notation that people write it is, if you write somewhere in between, right, people don't feel it as good method. Okay.
Okay, 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 sir. Okay,
Generally, people write it at this location only. Okay, before any web element creation starts, right, they generally put this. Okay.
okay, sir. Okay, understood. Thank you, sir.
But since your question is that if you put it in somewhere after some web elements, what will happen? So whatever you thought will happen, where for this particular elements before that line will not have that global wait implementation, whereas the remaining elements which come after this, implicit
Line.
wait will have, like let's say line 21. After that, all the web elements will have this global wait applied. Okay.
Okay, okay, sir. Understood. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, fine, no problem. Next thing is explicit wait. We'll see class. I'll just name this class as normal explicit wait. Okay. And with some random name, I'm clicking on finish button. Now here, I'll write down normal explicit wait. That is normal explicit. There are two explicit wait. In that normal, I call that as a normal is WebDriverWait and advanced version as Fluent Wait. Okay. Okay, fine. So let's implement this explicit waiting mechanism. For that, I have to go to this application page, right? What we want to implement, let's go there. You can see the notes here also. That's fine. Okay. So here I write omai.blogspot.com. So earlier for this particular button, after clicking on this button, I want to select this flip cart option. So I was using this implicit wait, right? Instead of implicit wait, I'll use explicit wait. I don't have an example for a particular element which will take more than 10 seconds, something like that. We'll get that in real time anyhow. Okay. If required, we'll get it that in real time. If you want to specially wait. So what generally we do is like whether we use this implicit wait or not, we keep on explicitly waiting for the elements. Okay. We keep on explicitly waiting. We'll use both together. Okay, no matter that implicit wait is required, just for the sake we'll put that implicit wait, but actually in real time we use explicit wait much. For every element we'll use an explicit wait, and in the framework level, as part of doing some operation before an element, we write some code inside that reusable method for waiting for that element. Okay, that's what we do in real time as part of the framework that I'll show later. But for now, understand. Okay, so I cannot take some examples where I have to separate the implicit wait and explicit wait. For now, I don't have that scenario. What I'll do is, for anyhow, when I click on the drop down button, this flip cut option is coming with a delay, right? I would like to wait for this flip cut option with the help of explicit wait, normal explicit wait, that is WebDriverWait. Okay, so with that I will make that possible. So for demonstration purpose only, but in real time it will be different bit. Driver is equal to, otherwise Chrome driver is equal to new Chrome driver is equal to new Chrome driver, control shift O. It will be imported. Then I'll say driver dot manage dot window dot maximize, then driver dot get. I'll provide the application URL here. Once I do that, what I have to do? I have to click on this button, drop down button, inspect this drop down button. I'll give a lot of examples on this explicit way. Don't worry, this is the first example I'm giving, where the option will come just in 3 seconds. But I'll just take this class. So here, driver dot find element by dot class name. I'll provide the class locator. Put a semicolon here, and here drop down button. Over the mouse on this and say create local variable. then I'll simply say click on this drop down button dot click. Okay. After clicking on the drop down button, what I'll do after clicking on the drop down button, I have to select the flip card option, which doesn't come by default. It will take some time to come. Okay. I'll inspect this flip card option. And here we have this flip card option. Copy this flip card option. It is a link text. You see anchor tag in between that. We have the text. It is a link text. So I'll write down. So what I'll do here is if I write driver.findElement by dot that is link text, directly link text, and provide that link text locator of that flipkart option. And if I say flipkart option here, flipkart option, and hover the mouse and say create local variable, and if I directly say flipkart option dot click, will that work? Will this work, guys? Will this script work? No. Why? Because flipkart option is coming after some time. Okay, it may be coming in 0 to 10 seconds in between. It is coming. If it comes with a delay, Selenium WebDriver will not wait for this element, and it will look for flipkart option when it is not available yet on the page, and it will fail the script. Okay. So for this to wait, either we can use Java thread.sleep, but there is a problem. Thread.sleep is not a smart wait. So if you wait for a thread.sleep of 10 seconds, if this option comes in 3 seconds, the extra 7 seconds will be wasted by thread.sleep. So it's generally not recommended to go with thread.sleep directly. So what we do, we can go with implicit wait. But problem with implicit wait is that we can use the implicit wait, but we cannot specially wait for the elements. Why? Because it is a global wait. Once you declare that wait, it will be applicable for not only flipkart option, but also the drop-down button. Okay. But if you want to specially wait for flipkart option only, if you don't want a global wait, and if you want to specially wait for this flipkart option only, then what is the solution? If I want to only wait for the flipkart option, do I have to go with implicit wait or explicit wait? Specially wait for flipkart option without waiting for any other elements. Only explicit wait is the solution in that cases. So how to implement that explicit wait? If I run this code, I'll get no such element exception because this option will not come on time. This will come with a delay, as we have already seen in the yesterday's session. So here, to implement explicit wait, so what is the explicit wait class here that we have seen? Under explicit wait, there are two classes, WebDriverWait class, another one is Fluent Wait. So for WebDriverWait class, can I create an object? Can I create an object for this WebDriverWait class? Yes or no? Yes, right? I'm going to create. In order to use the explicit wait, that is WebDriverWait, I'll create an object for the WebDriverWait. New WebDriverWait. Like this, I'll create an object for the WebDriverWait. Put a semicolon. Control-Shift-O. You can write Control-Shift-O. It will automatically import this WebDriverWait from Selenium library. Okay. But this constructor cannot be empty, guys. The constructor cannot be empty. So what I'll do, here I'll put over the mouse on this WebDriverWait. It needs two items. What are they? WebDriver and duration. Okay. WebDriver means this Chrome driver's driver. Okay. This driver I have to pass here. And second item is from duration. Duration dot of seconds. Okay. This duration is a predefined class from Java, and it has a lot of methods. Like we need only off seconds method, and I'll keep a maximum of 10 seconds for now. Okay. So I create an object for the WebDriverWait like this. This is how we have to implement the WebDriverWait. The constructor of the WebDriverWait cannot be empty. We have to pass this driver that you are using, and at the same time you have to pass the maximum duration that it need to wait for this particular element. Okay, for any particular element. Till now, did I specify that this WebDriverWait has to wait for this drop-down button or flipkart option? Did I mention? Or I just create an object and just specify the maximum time? Am I waiting for flipkart option separately here using this WebDriverWait? Did I mention anywhere that WebDriverWait is going to wait for this flipkart option specially? Then how to wait for, after creating an object, how to wait for this flipkart option specially? To wait for the flipkart option specially, I have to use this object reference wait dot until I have to say wait dot until I have to use this object reference of this WebDriverWait and say I have to call a method known as predefined method of the WebDriverWait class known as until method. In the until method, I have to write another predefined class known as expected conditions. Okay, expected conditions is another predefined class. We have to manually write that. It will not automatically come. Expected conditions dot. Then you will get a lot of methods from you see static methods of this expected conditions predefined class of Selenium. There are a lot of static methods. So that's why you are able to call these methods with the help of this class name. Expected conditions is a class name. Using it, you can call all the static methods. In this case, I have to wait for the flip card to be visible on the page. So I'll find an appropriate method here under expected conditions class, appropriate static method here. So I'll just go for visibility of element located. This one you have to choose, guys. Everyone remember this. Visibility of element located by locator. Everyone type this in the chat box. This particular method, expected conditions dot. Everyone type expected conditions dot visibility of element located. This is a method I have to use for waiting for one of the option to get visible on the page. Okay. So if everyone types, you can remember, guys. Okay. Expected conditions dot visibility of element located. Okay. There are a lot of other methods also, but this one is generally used. Okay. It will wait until whatever the element that you want to wait for is visible on the page. Okay. For that, we have to say visibility of element located. For the mouse on this, it is expecting what locator here? By locator. Can you see that? Visibility of element located is expecting what argument here? By locator. So what I'll do is, I'll just take this part out. This flipkart option, by dot link text is there now. This area only that I selected here, that I'll take and copy paste here. That's it. Okay, clear? I don't have to write driver dot find element and all those stuff. Visibility of element located in that by dot link text I have to take. By dot id or by dot link text of that particular element I have to take. Okay. Now, so am I waiting for the flipkart option now? Am I waiting for the flipkart option for 10 seconds now? Especially for flipkart option, you see, whatever the element that I want to wait for, that elements related by dot something I have to provide here. Okay, the locator part I have to give here inside this method. So now this WebDriverWait, which is an explicit wait, will specially wait for the flipkart option. It will not wait for the drop down button. It will wait only for the flipkart option. Okay, it will wait only for the flipkart option because I gave the flipkart locator in the form of by dot link text here for now. Yes, correct. It can be by dot link text, it can be by dot id, it can be by dot whatever the element related located is there. If I run this code, you will see that it will wait for it is also a smart wait, guys. So maximum time we are giving as 10 seconds, or we can give 30 seconds also. For example, WebDriverWait, we can give whatever the time if you want. Okay, you can even give 120 also here, and you can apply for different elements and all. But ultimately, what happens is whatever the smart wait that particular element is required, till that only it will wait. Okay, till that only it will wait. I'll give maximum of 30 seconds here, and but if this option comes in just 3 seconds, it will not wait for the entire 30 seconds. It will wait only for 3 seconds. 27 more seconds will not be. Yes, for individual elements, we have to give this, Anil. Right, correct. We have to give for we have to implement this WebDriverWait explicit waiting mechanism for individual elements, not for all the elements. Okay. So for this specific flipkart option, we are giving. Okay. So this waiting mechanism is only applicable for this flipkart option to be displayed on the page because we used visibility of element located. So for the flipkart option to be visible on the page, we gave this. Okay. And when I run this code, what will happen when I run this code?
Arun, do we need to repeat 20-second line also if we need to write explicit wait once again?
Yes, we have to repeat this 20 seconds, but we don't. There is a way. I'll tell you. So for now, let's see whether explicit waiting mechanism is working or not. After clicking on drop down, once the moment flipkart option comes, it will click. It will not wait for the entire 30 seconds. So it will wait only for the element to be displayed on the page. But this wait is only especially for this flipkart option. Okay. But the thing here is, okay. 1 minute. Yeah. So tomorrow, if you want to implement this WebDriverWait for not only this Flipkart option, but for other element also, let's say on the page. Okay. For the other element also, if you want to implement, do you have to write these 2 lines again and change this by dot link text with some other thing? Do you think we need to copy paste these 2 lines for other element also? For example, there is some XYZ element, let's say. So I'll just assume that there's an element and let's go down here. Okay. If I put that here, so do I have to write this again? I have to say wait 1, wait 2. Okay. Here I have to change like this, right? And here I have to change by dot x ID and let's say Amazon element I'm waiting. Okay. So I have waited for Flipkart. So I have written these 2 lines and again I'm waiting for what? Amazon. Again, I have to write 2 lines. Do you think this I can optimize this code a bit? Can I optimize this code a bit? Yes, we can optimize. You don't need this line. Until and unless you need a different time, you can use, if for example, if the other element also takes some let's say some 12 seconds, let's say already 30 seconds is mentioned here. This with this wait already you declared, right? Why I have to declare this again? This line is not required. I'll simply say wait dot until expected conditions. I don't, because already it is declared. Wait is already declared here. If the timing is okay, so I'll simply say wait dot until expected conditions dot visibility of element. Okay, located by dot ID Amazon. That will be enough, right? Able to understand? I don't have to write these 2 lines again and again. Only this line is enough. If you want to specially wait for one more element, then you don't have to write this. You don't have to create an object for WebDriverWait until it is required to give a different timing and all. But if the timing maximum time is okay for you, then you can simply use this object reference of already declared WebDriverWait and simply say wait dot until expected conditions and all those stuff. Okay, got it? And you can specially wait for other element also in the script. Okay. So now the thing here is, now the thing that you have to focus here is, I'm already waiting for this Flipkart option. After that, do you have to create a web element like this? This particular line is really required? Not required, guys. It's not required. Okay. Why? Because when I hover the mouse on this until method, it is returning me what? It is returning me what? What this until method is returning me web element. Web element of what? Web element of what it is returning? Can you tell me by looking at this code if it has to return a web element? It is going to return me the web element of what? Here, what you mentioned, Flipkart. So it is going to return the web element of Flipkart. So again, I have to write driver.find element to get a web element of Flipkart. This is required. Do you think this line is required now? No. Simply what I will say here itself, I will say Flipkart option is equal to, and here hover the mouse and say create local variable. Web element already came. Flipkart option already came. Now simply I'll say Flipkart option. This line is no more required. Already web element is created here. As a return type of until method of this explicit wait, we already got the Flipkart option. So this line is not required at all. Directly say Flipkart option dot click. That is enough. Clear, guys? How to optimize is clear. How to optimize the code. You don't have to write a special line to create a web element for Flipkart again. Already it's creating a web element for Flipkart option here when you are waiting for it using explicit. So this is how we can make the code simplified. Okay. Okay. Yes. Any other questions or anything here? Any questions or doubts here? While I run this code, you can ask me the questions regarding this explicit wait, where we are waiting for this special Flipkart option like this, and you don't have to create a separate line for web element creation because until method will give you the return type of that particular element that you are waiting for.
Arun, is there any way to find, like, how much time it took to find that element? Because we have given 30, but sometimes even that 30 also, it's wasting time, right? Before
Okay.
it's trying to find the element. and then perform action.
So you need to find how much time it took after clicking on this button.
Yeah.
And how much time it is waiting and clicking on that Flipkart option, right?
Correct.
Duration you want to find it, right? So for that
Correct.
you have to implement some Java related stuff, okay? So I'll go to ChatGPT and figure it out. I have used it long back time, but I don't directly remember now. There's some methods are there. So how to calculate the duration? Duration between some code in my Java programs. Okay, let's see what are the solutions it is providing. Start time, current time milliseconds, long, end time is equal to current time. This method you can use it. Okay. And then you can minus it, end time minus start time, and you'll get the duration. And you have to convert that to seconds. Is there any directly seconds thing? No, I guess so. Milliseconds only you have to do. So anyhow, you can divide by 1000 to get the direct seconds, and you can print out the duration. Okay. So shall we implement this current time millis? Okay. So a lot of solutions may be there, but this is one of the solution I feel, but we'll go with this. Okay. So I think milliseconds is kind of fine. So we'll go with this. System. System is a predefined class in Java. Using the system class, we can get the current time in milliseconds. Okay. So we'll do that. So what I'll do here is I'll just after clicking this drop down button, right here, how much time it is waiting, I need to find out. So I'll say system dot current time milliseconds start time is equal to for the mouse create local variable long is coming. That's fine. And the same thing I'll use here after the Flipkart option is clicked, right? After the Flipkart option is clicked, like, you know, or here I can write it better.
26.
Before I'll write. Yeah, here better it to write here. Okay. So how much time it is waiting? After waiting only it will take you the here, right? Anyhow, we can calculate here. That's the best way. End time. Otherwise, you may get some complications here. Okay. For that to page to load and all, right? So let's see. End time is equal to long. Okay. Now finally, after the Flipkart option is clicked and or whatever it is, or you can print it out. System.out.println simply. You can simply write down in circular brackets. I'll write end time minus start time divided by 1000. That is the time, right? That it took. Fine. Is that fine? The logic? It will give in seconds. How much seconds it took, right? Java application. If you want to check it manually, this is the way. But we don't use this in real time. But since your question came, let's find out how much time it has taken. How much time it has actually waited for this actual Flipkart option waiting time. That it has waited for 3 seconds or, how much time, you can find it out. Yeah. Let it go to the Flipkart option. Meanwhile, we can see here in the output, what is the time it has taken? How much time it has taken?
3 milliseconds.
It's confirmed, right? So it's waiting only for 3 seconds. So what I'll do one thing, I'll just do an experiment here. I'll write implicit driver dot manage dot window dot timeouts dot implicitly wait, and I'll give this as, let's say, 10 seconds. Implicitly wait duration dot of seconds. If I give 10 seconds here, then in this case, what's happening when I'm using both implicit wait and explicit wait? So what is the time it is taking? Let's see. Is there any difference or same? Okay. When I use a combination of implicit and explicit wait, what's happening? Let's see. Like this, we can do this. We can take the help of this and, take the understand what's happening when I mix up the things. Three seconds it is taking. Okay. It's working fine only. Okay. So whether with implicit wait or implicit plus explicit wait, it is working fine. Okay. It's just waiting for 3 seconds. Okay. So hope this is clear now. How to use this logic to find out the time. I'll just comment it out. That is not required in real time, but you have asked me the question. I have done this. Okay. So is the explicit waiting mechanism clear for everyone? How to wait for a particular element is clear. Here we were waiting explicitly, waiting for the flipkart option. It is also a smart wait similar to implicit wait. All the Selenium waiting mechanisms are smart waits only. Whether it is implicit or explicit, they are smart waits. Unlike thread.sleep, which will hard wait for the entire time. But implicit wait, explicit wait will not hard wait for the entire time. If the element comes way before whatever the maximum time we gave, they will not wait for the entire maximum time. They will wait only till the element is appeared on the page or whatever it is. Okay. And this is the general version of the WebDriverWait that we use in real time. Apart from that, we have some advanced version that I'm going to show you right now. Okay. Shall we move on to the Fluent Wait now? Guys, shall we move on to the Fluent Wait right now? Or any questions?
Sir, can we know the Flipkart loading time from inspect?
Can we?
Can we know how much time it was taken for loading the Flipkart element from by inspecting?
Yeah, we can know that, right?
And we can confirm it, right? The time.
Yes, we can confirm the time because Selenium WebDriver will wait until the page loads. Okay. So you can use the same technique. Okay. For example, the same technique I'll use here. For example, this omaya.blogspot.com. Okay. How much time it is taking? Let's see. So here after maximizing, I'll just give the start time here. After loading, I'll give the end time here. Okay. Is that fine? And here I'll write.
Not from here, sir, from that page. From omaya.com, there itself by clicking on inspect, there to load elements, we will get time.
No. Why you want to inspect? To know the time of loading?
Before executing the program, we can know the time I'm asking. Can we know?
This is a way to find out. I mean to say, we don't have to inspect an element and find some perform some operation on the element on the Flipkart page to know the time. I mean to say. You
Not
mean to say that?
Flipkart page,
You mean to say that after you click on the Flipkart option, can we perform operations on the element on Flipkart? You are asking, or time? How much time the Flipkart page is taking to load? You are asking me.
In the drop down, Flipkart option is displaying in the Omega page.
Yes, correct.
Yes, there itself, after clicking on inspect in the network, to load that elements, we will be getting some time, right, in the network.
Okay. So inspect, and if you go to network and okay, then
I'm clicking on drop down, whether any page falling down, we can know how
so
much
I
time it
clicked
is
on this
taking to
drop
load.
down. I clicked on this drop down. Then what I have to do?
Okay, I'm clicking on this. Here we are not getting any API.
I clicked on that.
Yeah, load time. I'm saying about load time.
Actually,
Not
those things
physically.
will be get loaded at the page load itself. Mari.
Okay.
You are about to check the time
Yes,
for
sir.
that 3 seconds,
Load
whether
time.
it's coming in the network. Okay, got it.
Yeah,
It
there
will-
is a way to, you see, the thing here is whatever this network tab can do, right? That Selenium can also do. That's what I can say, but I cannot go beyond that. Why? Because we have this AP, and now we have this Selenium capability where you go to selenium.dev, and if you go to the documentation, there is lot that Selenium can do. Okay, related to network tabs, turn off the internet, everything can be done with Selenium now. Okay, this is that much advanced. Okay, so we have that some APIs here, WebDriver BiDi APIs or something. So I have to see that. Yes, where exactly it is. WebDriver. Getting started, driver sessions, waiting strategies, web elements, browser interactions. Yeah, bidirectional functionality. Can you see that here? Just click on that. It has a lot of things. It can interact with the Google Chrome DevTools also. Okay. Chrome DevTools, what are the different things that you can do? You can get the location, geolocation. Okay. So you see, DevPal protocol, Chrome DevTools protocol API, BiDi API. If you click on this, a lot of things
Sir,
are
you can
possible
once,
here now.
sir, can you come back once again, sir? How you came to that place? What is that actually?
Yeah. I'll tell you. Simply, I clicked on this selenium.dev, which is the official website of Selenium. I went to the documentation part. Okay. After I went to the documentation part, then what I did, I clicked on this WebDriver. Okay. Once I click on the WebDriver, if I scroll down, a lot of topics came. In one of the topic was bidirectional functionality. I just clicked on that. Then in that bidirectional functionality, bidirectional APIs W3C compliant is there. I clicked on that. Once I am on this page, here you see a lot of things you can do, like related to network. If you want, go to network and it will say, it will anticipate the network stuff, like what you can do with the networks and all. It can intercept with the network and get the things done. Okay, whatever you want to achieve with the help of network, right? If you want to get the response details and authentication, a lot of things are there. This requires a lot of R&D, but we don't need that much. In real time, we don't use this, but we'll take some session out on this. We'll do some R&D together, guys. Okay. Many things can be done. So already I created some videos, guys. I don't remember because it's been long time I created those videos. I'll show in my channel what Selenium can do. That is, if I go to my, these are all advanced sections, guys. Okay, advanced things what Selenium can do. So there's a playlist, it seems like I created long back. Selenium 4, what's new, I think so. Just click on this. Somewhere I'll be using that. You see, Chrome DevTools protocol, how to interact with the Chrome using BiDi APIs, how to interact with the Chrome DevTools. If you want to browser level authentication using BiDi APIs, how to do that, okay? This is Chrome DevTools kind of stuff, okay?
So by this, what we can do, sir?
We can also work with this network tab. Okay, if you for example, there are some options here, right? One thing I'll take for example. So for example, in this let's say you got a special requirement where if you go to the network tab and if you want to turn on the internet, so there will be some option, right? I don't remember. It's been maybe network tab only. And
So normally
yeah.
people sometimes have seen that. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, sir. Normally
Certain,
I've seen that this network now, this API call is happening, right? The last API call when happen until they will wait also sometimes. The last API call runs, right? Until that is not coming, they will wait instead of using the wait until the last API call run, right? They will wait until that time.
Okay, so I don't know like what they have done in that particular project, but what I know about this is simply at a high level, I can say that I cannot take a case study and tell you like what you can achieve with this. There is enormous potential in this. All the things can be done. Whatever you are thinking can be done. Okay, is that fine? Whatever you are thinking can be done. Whatever the things that are there in the network can be done. The only thing is that you have to learn how to use it. Okay, how to try it out. Fine. So for that, we need BiDi APIs. And here, if you come here, let's say there's an option to turn off. You see, you can take the website offline. you can turn off the internet in this network tab. Internet is gone or not?
Yes, sir.
I've done it manually, right? In the network tab, I just set offline. Again, if I move it back to the original position, I can access it, right? So there may be some real-time scenario that may come in real time where you have to check what will happen if the internet goes off in between while using the application. That scenario will come or not, that test case will come or not. While using the application, if the internet goes off in between, to simulate that, what I have to do? I have to change this option in the network tab to offline. Then let's say while doing something, internet went off, how the application is behaving while the internet goes off is something that you want to check. Further, what you have to do? You have to interact with the network tab or not. You have to interfere with the interact or intercept the network tab or not. Yes, right? To change this option. For all these solutions, we have this thing. Okay. We have this BiDi APIs. Selenium has given some BiDi APIs. How to use and all is a complex scenario now. At this moment, I would not love to, explain that, but I covered it. You see, retrieving Chrome console logs. In the Chrome browser, you will get some console logs, right? If you want to retrieve them. So I created a video here. If you want to emulate the geolocation, for example, this may be required. Okay. For example, if you are testing this application, for example, this application, you have to test in different locations. For example, if I am in India, Hyderabad location, I am checking. But if I want to test the same application from New York, USA, then what I have to do? For that, I can simulate that. Okay. How to simulate that? Just see here how to simulate that. There is a solution here. Emulating geolocation. You can change the geolocation to US and then run this particular test so that the test will be done as if it is running in the US location, New York location or something. Okay, got it? Whatever it is possible, whatever the R&D have to do, I have done it here, guys. Okay, retrieving the Chrome console logs using this BiDi APIs, emulating the geolocation using this Chrome DevTools. Let's say you want to test the application in slow internet mode by interacting with the Google Chrome DevTools that you can do. If you want to emulate the offline network, just now I told you, right, in the network tab, if you can select the offline option, how to do that using Selenium automation. Okay. So loading insecure websites by ignoring certification errors. Okay. That also you can do with the help of DevTools. Okay. Because by directly application, these browsers will not allow you to load insecure websites. So if you still want to make it possible, you can go to the network tab or whatever the tab, Google Chrome DevTools and make that possible. Okay, all these things. Okay, installing and uninstalling, this is a different thing. Intercepting network traffic logs, network logs. You'll get logs here, right? Network logs. Like when you perform some operation on the page, you will get some network logs, right? How to intercept that logs. Okay, how to get that logs that you can use that. So this thing will take it later, guys, in the advanced part of, at the end we'll do as an R&D or something. Okay. So all these things are possible with the help of Selenium, with the help of this Google BiDi APIs. Is that fine now? Is that clear? If you don't want to wait for that to happen, like, you just go and watch those videos that I have shown you on the YouTube. Okay. But that will be an additional stuff. Okay. So with this, is your question clear? Is your question clear? Intercepting the network and all this is clear? Someone has asked me, right? Is that the question or is any other thing?
Yes, sir, clear.
Yes.
అరుణ్ ఇక్కడ మనం అంటే డ్యూరేషన్ ఆఫ్ సెకండ్స్ 30 సెకండ్స్ మెన్షన్ చేస్తాం కదా, ఇది ఓన్లీ ఫ్లిప్కార్ట్ దే కదా. ఇన్ కేస్ అదర్
Yes.
ఎలిమెంట్ అయితే అదర్ ఎలిమెంట్ కి మోర్ దాన్ 30 సెకండ్స్ అయి ఉండొచ్చు. అప్పుడు ఎలా అప్లికబుల్ అవుతుంది ఇది?
So if there is another element which is having more than 30 seconds, in that you have to create this line again. Okay.
ఓకే,
You have to create this line again, like let's say give a different name, WebDriverWait 2, and let's say if it is 60 seconds. Okay. So you have to declare this only when if you have maximum 30 seconds for most of the elements, then you can use this. Just say wait dot until for that other element.
Arun,
But
anyway, it is explicit wait only, right? So that we can increase that line only, 28th line only.
if you increase here, there's a problem. What if there is a
Why?
problem with this element? If there is a
Then
locator
it will be
problem,
again.
there is a delay, right? You're getting my point? Whatever the problem we face with implicit wait, that will come here also. For example, if this element doesn't take more than 30 seconds, if you are giving intentionally giving 60 seconds, I know that if the element comes way before, it will not wait for the entire time. That's clear. But what if element doesn't come? Element not get
Okay.
visible. In that
Okay.
case, it has to wait for the entire 60 seconds, but maximum time should be 30 seconds only, right? And
Okay.
uselessly, you are wasting 30 seconds in that case, right? Got it?
Yes, got it.
That's the reason you have to declare that wait is equal to new WebDriver wait again for special elements, okay, if required. Is that clear? The answer is clear?
Okay.
Yes, Arun.
Okay.
Around one doubt.
Yeah, please.
If we are using explicit and implicit wait, the same thing, which we have seen right now, right? For this example previously. So
Okay.
either one of the thing is being applied, whether is there
First,
any
implicit wait will be
preference?
applied. You see, when you use both implicit wait and explicit wait, first, instead of explicit wait, implicit wait will be applied. Okay. By the
Okay.
times explicit wait comes, right? Since implicit wait has already waited, and by the time explicit wait would like to check that element is already there. It won't waste any time.
Okay.
It will not even spend 3 seconds of explicit wait thing. Implicit wait has already waited for 3 seconds. So explicit wait, by the time it starts working, right, element is already there. It start polling, right, directly at 0 seconds,
Okay.
0.5
Yeah.
seconds, it will polling. At 0 seconds only it will find, so it will go and click on that without waiting for
Okay.
extra again 3 seconds. Okay. Here already 3
Okay.
seconds is spent by the implicit wait. It will not spend extra 3 seconds. That's why when I've used both implicit wait, explicit wait, and I have calculated the start time, end time, duration, right? We got how much time? Just 3 seconds we got, right?
3
Still,
seconds.
because
Yeah, right.
implicit wait has waited for 3 seconds already. So since the job is already done by implicit wait, explicit will actually check whether the element is there or not. If it is there, it will perform the operation. Okay. Without waiting for
Okay.
extra 3 seconds. Okay.
Thanks. Sir.
Yeah, and if you want to know how much time this particular page is loading, then you can use this mechanism. Okay, before loading, before opening the application, after loading, how much time that particular time the page loading is happening, we can take this. Okay, without using network tabs, you can find it out. Okay, with this current time milliseconds stuff again the same way. You can also check for Flipkart also how much time it is taking. You see, it's taking 3 seconds of time. This particular thing is taking 3 seconds to load. Okay, I'll remove this. Just explaining how can you use all this kind of stuff. Okay, to confirm really it is waiting for 3 seconds, we have implemented that, but you can also use this logic for many other stuff in the programs. Clear, everyone? Clear with the stuff? Any other questions you have on this explicit wait mechanism? Is it clear? Great. There is a lot to explore, guys. There is always a lot to explore. That is BiDi APIs and all. Okay, we'll see. We'll see, because I don't want to leave any topic untouched. But main thing is that we'll go in a different way. Okay, so that advanced topics, right? Maybe in coming days we'll move to weekends. Okay, that advanced stuff, right? Because Selenium learning is never ending, guys. Okay, whatever I want to cover as part of the general thing, I'll cover this. And remaining stuff, I'll try to move on to the weekends in the coming days. Okay, so that's what is in my plan. For now, already manual testing is went to the weekends. And apart from that, what we are doing on weekends, live Selenium automation thing is on the weekends, that extra things and extra research, extra R&D about these BiDi APIs and many other stuff that is there. Also, I'll move on to the weekends in the coming days. Okay, on the weekends we'll be busy, guys. Okay, because that is a time where a lot of people will get and we can interact. And as a general things, we'll complete all this stuff. And R&D things will going ahead. R&D things will move on to the weekends in the coming days. Okay, that's what is the plan that I am thinking. Okay, and anyhow, crash course is going on in the evening hours at 8 p.m. every day. 2 hours or almost it's taking 2 hours every day, guys, 8 to 10. Because I can move it to 7, but a lot of people will come from office. It will not be possible for them. Okay. So 8 I have to take. But my intention was 1.5 hours, but it's going till 2 hours. Let's see how it goes in the coming days. Maybe it will not take many days, guys. Just be with me for just 1 week or something. You'll be able to sync with the batch and we'll be good. Okay. You'll be able to complete the crash course faster only. Okay. Fine. So coming to the explicit wait, that is like that, it will work. Apart from the explicit wait, you can also use Fluent Wait. I think I'll cover this Fluent Wait tomorrow. Okay. And there are many other additional stuff along with the Fluent Wait. There are many other additional stuff, how to handle the Ajax calls, how to solve synchronization problems in Selenium. It's all related to advanced R&D that I have done related to waiting mechanism. Then waiting for an element to be displayed on the page, waiting for an element to be clickable, waiting for an alert to be present, loading process icon and how to wait for the required element on the web page load timeout and timeout exception. Like that, many concepts are there in this waiting mechanism that still need more time for me to explain. So today, most of the questions were into explicit wait. So the time is already up. So if any doubts or questions, general questions or things that we generally take every day, feel free to ask me now, because some people may leave to office, so I cannot take up this Fluent Wait topic now today. Any questions or doubts, general questions or doubts, or anything related to this, you can ask me. Anyone have any doubts or questions? Just save this. And here, we'll upload this code, guys. We'll upload this code. Meanwhile, you can ask me the doubts if you have any.
Yeah, Arun, in the notes,
Yeah.
there was one wording was the element to be clickable in the explicit wait.
Yeah, that I'll cover tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay, so let's, because other people will miss it if I clear that out here. Okay, a lot of things are there. Today, whatever we have seen is element to be displayed on the page, right? The code that we have used is this one. Where is that?
Normal explicit.
Normal explicit wait. Here we have used expected conditions dot visibility of element located towards the code we have used for this part. This part is already done. Okay, that is waiting for an element to be displayed, that one. But for waiting for element to be clickable, there is another one. Okay. For that, I'll take an example and demonstrate.
Scroll up. Do you scroll up? Still up. Here in the explicit wait, that was one wording. Also demonstrate element to be clickable.
Yeah. Also demonstrate element to be clickable. That will be demonstrated anyhow here. Okay.
Okay.
I'll demonstrate there. Okay. For now, the main intention is to explain the explicit wait. The notes are written like that long way before, but the way I have separated it here. Okay. So that it will be covered here. Right?
Okay. Thanks.
Okay, no problem. And anything that we can do something meanwhile, something that will be useful for everyone. Any questions are there, you can ask me, or we'll try to do something. So what is this question, guys? We'll try to scroll through our discussion group, okay, to see how people are interacting. I'll also interact now, okay? So because we have some time, and if you have any questions, you can ask me still. But along with that, I would like to go through this discussion group and see what's happening, and we can learn something out there, okay? This one I'll take. Select the correct output of the execution of the below program. Okay, this is sorted set. I don't think I have explained sorted set for you, right? This collections framework, sorted set is called new tree set, and it's collection framework, I guess. I think I even, I don't remember this sorted set thing. I have to, revise once and come back here. I'll try to do that. So later, because collections framework is very big, I only remember array list. And what is that other one? Hash set and hashman. Those three items I generally use. I never use sorted set and tree set anywhere. but we'll try to figure out, okay, there is something related to sorting and all. So we'll try to do that coming this. And next thing that we can do is an identifier in Java is select the current answer. I'll just, work on this and come back here and explain, guys, okay, whenever time comes. We'll try to see that what's the matter. An identifier in Java is select the correct answer. I think there was one person, I don't remember long back. Don't remember that person name. Saying that some, 1 minute. Mahesh, you there? Mahesh, you there?
Yes. Yes.
Was this clear for you? Like what happened in this case? Both CSS selectors are not working, you are saying?
Yes. Actually, I am trying this expert on the
This
website you have given.
This is CSS selector, right?
Yes, right.
I'll go to that location. So guys, if you have any questions, you can make it part of general daily session because I'm giving a lot of time, right? Again, if you expect me to give time during my day, right, I'm very busy and not be able to answer. I forget also, okay? So you can ping me, but you can put a message like we can discuss this in the class, something so that I'll remember, okay? Because I keep getting a lot of messages and all, so you have to understand that. My intention is to explain, but only the problem is that, I cannot reply throughout the day because I'll be busy with other stuff. Where was that folder, guys? HTML files folder or something. Just open this here. Then right click inspect. First paragraph, second paragraph, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Okay. Now say I select one of them, say control F, control plus I will say so that it will become bigger. Start becoming bigger. It's became bigger a bit. Okay. Now it's good. Now your question is paragraph having the ID as para 2. And locate that. P having the ID is equal to para 2. Till now it is located, right? Nice. This one has located, right? So now your question is, what if I add colon last child? Colon last hyphen. Okay. What's happening? Is it locating or not locating? Nice.
Not locating.
Because one of the condition is false. You see, the paragraph which is having the ID as para 2, is it the last paragraph? It should have the ID as para 2 and it's at the same time this paragraph should be the last paragraph. But this paragraph is not the last paragraph, right?
Yes. But actually that CSS selector was given on the page on the CSS selector Evernote page. That's why I'm
Yeah. But
if
if you remember, I explained this as part of the session actually for you, saying that both the conditions should get satisfied. That was written as a practice thing, but it will not locate any element. The reason behind that is, in this case, what's happening is it should match both the conditions. The paragraph having ID is called para 2 should be there, and this paragraph should be the last paragraph. Then only it will locate. For example, in this case, if you give para 6 here instead of 2, now it's locating. And is it locating?
yes, now it is locating.
Why? Because the two conditions are getting satisfied. The first condition is the paragraph should have the ID as para 6 is the first condition, and that particular paragraph you are locating should be the last child. Since it is the last child, it's locating. But if you try with any other paragraph, it will not work. Now, is your question clear? Why it was not working for you?
Yes, my question is clear.
So both the conditions should be satisfied. Okay, both the conditions should be satisfied. In this case of P, ID is equal to para 2 and child of 2. I think it should work now. Let's see what is happening in this case. P ID is equal to para 2 colon n hyphen child of 1. If I say it will not work because the paragraph having ID is called para 2 is not the first paragraph. If I say 2, it is working now. Because both the conditions are satisfied. Is the second child and at the same time it's having the IDs for directory. But if I give 3 here, it will not work. Okay, clear, Manish?
Yes, clear.
I think I covered.
Sir, there is a website known as Devin AI, latestly come for the coding related stuff.
Which one? What is that?
Devin AI.
Maybe AI, right? I have heard about this, and it's like human robot kind of stuff, which is going to, kind of like a robot working in behalf of you, right?
Yes.
Yes, introducing AI, the first AI software engineer. Okay, don't worry about this. The thing is, this is going on still. These things will be used as a additional assistant kind of stuff still. Okay, the real time, even AIs and all those people, all those things are going to come, right? You see, what happens when AI comes into picture is more work will come definitely. Okay, we can do more work means more complex applications will can be possible. Like whatever in our real time were not possible earlier will be possible now. You see, while a doctor is doing a surgery or something, there will be some, a robot doing some, helping the doctor here and there. That's kind of stuff. You're getting my point, right?
Yes, getting.
But it is not going to replace your jobs, okay? You see, whatever the, cognitive thing it can develop and that's all fine, but ultimately, this will take a lot of time, If it is going to replace also, it has to take a lot of time. It will not be implemented the next 5 years or something. It will take some time, okay? Okay, we see a lot of innovations here and there, right? They will not come so fast, right? We know that, okay? We can run a car with the help of water. That innovation we have had it long back, but who is using that with water? Is anyone running the cars with water? No, right? The same thing here also. This will take time. Okay, this will take time, and if it comes also, this is going to help the developers actually. Okay, this is there to help the developers. Okay, and so the discussions are already going on this. Solving reasoning, we can unlock new potentials to our disciplines. Code is just the beginning. We want to help people around the world turn their ideas to reality. Okay, and we are grateful, sir. Okay, so it's in very early stages, you see. Early access as we ramp up capacity. Reach out here or get in touch. So yes.
I have sent link in chat.
Okay. Javid.in. Yeah. First AI software engineered by Cognition Labs and the field of artificial intelligence with the introduction of AI, the world's first fully autonomous AI software engineer. This innovative AI has set a new benchmark in the industry, showcasing an exceptional ability to handle complex software engineering tasks with finance and precision. Okay, so you can try it for free. Okay, I'll try it out. I've not tried it actually. David, I have not tried it, but let me try it out. Anyone tried it? Have you tried it? Nice.
No, I'm not tried it, but I click on try it button, and after that it shows the I'm full stack developer, that kind of stuff, handcrafted website.
Okay, okay. I want to create a website. You self handcrafted showpiece and idols. Okay, I'm having. Okay. So it will make our job easy again. Okay, so maybe it will make our job easy. That's it. Okay. The future is AI anyhow, but doesn't matter like what comes. We have to. The things will stay as usual. Okay, not going to replace. Okay, don't worry about that. I have a talk. I have a call with CEOs and all. You see, not here. The discussions are happening in some forums. Okay, I see a forum and all. Very big forums. The discussions are happening like between the employees, like will we get replaced? But the answer was completely no in that discussion there. Okay, very big expert people are saying that no matter how many AI tools will come, that are going to make our job easy, but not, we will become more productive. Earlier, when you have to write an email, right? It used to take the entire day, but do we have to waste so much of time in creating that email? No, right? Now you can go to ChatGPT and you'll give a proper prompt. And if you are very good with prompts, you can ask it to write a proper email to the client, and so that client will get impressed. Okay, so that kind of things are happening. But I'll definitely, work on this Javid AI and see what actually it does and all those stuff. Okay. Learning and utilizing new technology rapidly, building and deploying applications from scratch to finish. Automated process will happen, identify and rectifying bugs in extensive code base and contributing to mature production repositories, training and fine-tuning AI model autonomously. Goes with a sandbox compute environment, mirroring the resource available to many engineers. Okay, let's see how much it will do and all. Let me have a go through of this Javid AI. Let's see. I'll also make a note of this. Do some R&D on this Javid AI. If anyone has used it, you can come forward and Javid AI. R&D. I do that. Good way. Fine. Anything else, guys? I think we can get back to this. Yes, correct. So select the correct answer. A keyword in Java. An identifier in Java is a keyword in Java or a name given to a variable, class, methods, and label, or a value denoting a constant. What is an identifier? It's nothing but a name given to a variable, class, methods, and labels, right? That's the answer. Okay. A name given to variables, methods, classes, and methods. Okay. Not only that, you can give identifier name to not only classes but also interfaces, enumerators, and we have a lot of other stuff like generics. Okay. Constants, different type of variables like instance variables, static variables, local variables, global variables. Okay. Whatever the names, packages, you can also give names to packages. Everything can be called as identifiers. Okay. Identifier is nothing but a name given to variables, classes, variables, methods, labels, packages. Okay. Local, different type of variables and enumerators, which look similar to the classes. Generic types, in collections framework, array list, less than greater than symbol, we have given the generic types here also. We can give some names and we can give some names beside the classes and all. Okay. Generic, generics kind of thing we can give beside the class also. We can name that. So a lot of things, labels we can name. Whatever that you can name in Java, whatever the elements in Java that you can name are called as identifiers. Okay. So that one is done. And okay, let's see. It's coming up. If you have some time, guys, we'll spend it so that it will be useful. If you have time, you can be there here. Just go through this so that I'll explain more stuff. Very additional stuff, basically. This one I explained yesterday, right? This one is already covered yesterday. Go back. Okay. I think this is a question. Write a Java program for string, fruits, 4 apples, 3 bananas, 2 mangoes, 1 apples, 1 banana, 1 mangoes. Output. Printing in ascending order of alphabets. So these are the questions. I think there was one person I remember before going here. There was a person I remember, like the assessment was taken on CSS selectors and is that person available in this chat? Because I have asked him to, share that link.
I am here.
Mahesh, you are the one.
Yes, sir. I am also share with you. Mahesh. Yes. 9860684308.
Okay, fine.
986068.
98606, that's only right. Where was the link? This is the link, na?
Above.
Yeah,
Above. Yes.
This one, right?
Yes, right.
I'll give my email address here. Let's see. Which method is used in Selenium to locate multiple elements? So this is the form you created, right, Mahesh?
Actually, I have received the one exam, so I have copied that exam, and after that I have
Then you created a form?
it using those questions.
Okay.
Yes, using
You
those
created a
questions.
form, right? That's okay. Okay. If you have created a form, that's okay. Which method is used in Selenium to locate multiple elements? So this is an assignment or some as part of selection
Company
process, right? Interview selection process. Mahesh, while attending an interview, got this
yes.
questions. Okay, so he has drafted it here. So what we can do, I'll do one thing. I'll give this form to my. The answers are with you, Mahesh. Mahesh, do you have the answers with you?
No, actually not. All answers not
If I
with me,
select something
but
here, it
I
will be
have to.
when I select something here, and if I submit, then what it will happen after submitting here?
After submitting those answers will be come to the my end as a Excel sheet.
Okay, but the actual answers are not there. Okay, that correct or not will not. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay, fine. I'll do one thing. I'll just make a note of this. Okay, and try to work on this so that I can prepare something with answers and you can check your results
Yes.
also. Okay, that will be good. No?
Yes, please.
Taking that assessment. Taking that assessment. Okay. I'll do it. Don't worry. But we can discuss at a high level here. How can you locate an element by its attribute partial value using CSS selectors? So do we have this symbol? No. Equal doesn't work. Hashtag symbol, right? This is the answer. Element attribute hashtag is equal to hashtag will contains kind of stuff. This means starts with. If you have dollar symbol, that means ends with. Equal means actual total text we have to give. If a partial value we have to give, it can be in the beginning or middle or at the end of the text. We can go with this one. I feel this is the answer. Okay. This is the answer. What does double slash input at the rate name is equal to username represents in XPath? Selects all the input elements. Selects input elements with attribute name, which is equal to username. Select input elements with ID username. No. First one is wrong. Second one is third one is wrong. Select input elements within a form. Second option is the correct option. Okay. Selects input elements with attribute name equal to username. Okay, that's the correct option. How do you locate all the links on a web page using locators? How to locate all the links on a web page using locators? Find element by tag name A. Yes, this is correct. By link text, it's not correct. By tag name, find elements. Okay, how to locate all the links, right? So all the links means find elements we have to use. Find element we should not use. Find elements we have to use. So this is not the correct answer. This is not the correct answer. This is the correct answer. Find elements by your tag name of A. By link text, all is wrong. Okay, C is the correct option. Okay, then what is the purpose of contains function in XPath? It selects elements with partial attribute values. It counts the number of elements in a node set. No. It selects elements based on their position in the DOM. No. It retrieves the text content of an element. That is no. It selects all elements with partial attribute values. Okay, the first one you can take. What is the purpose of the preceding access? Preceding XPath access. It's not access. The question is wrong. AXES. Okay, in XPath. It should not be AXIS. It should be AXES. Okay. It selects the parent of the current node. No. It selects the sibling that comes after the correct node. No. It selects the nodes that come before the correct node. Yes, this is correct. It selects the child nodes of the current node. The third option is correct. It selects the nodes that come before the current node. Okay, before the starting tag of the current node, whatever the elements will come, that can be located with the help of preceding. Okay, and what else we have? What is the purpose of the preceding sibling? Access in XPath. It selects the parent of the current node? No. It selects the sibling that comes after the current node? No. Preceding, right? So after will not come. It selects the sibling that comes before the current node? Yes. Right? Preceding sibling means before sibling. Select the child nodes of the current node? Wrong. C is the correct answer. What is the significance of the alt attribute in locating images on a web page? It represents the image content. It is used for styling images. It is not relevant to image location. It is used for accessibility and SEO. What is the purpose of alt attribute, guys, in locating images on the web page?
I think it is related to alternative text.
Yes,
or
that is alternative
image,
text basically, right? It represents the image content, I feel, alternative text, right? Not for styling images, not for image location. We are not going to give the path of the location of the image here for all. We use it for accessibility and SEO. No, it's not for. Okay. I'm just guessing. The represents the image content. Image content. They are not directly giving it as text, but it's not for accessibility and SEO at the same time. For example, if the image doesn't load, some text will be displayed on the page, right? I'm just guessing this one is the answer. But I don't know whether this is for accessibility and SEO. Or there may be a situation. The last ChatGPT. It's questions, what it will give the answer, let's see. What is the correct answer? Okay. It's used for accessibility and SEO as a correct answer. I got confused there. But I know that it is used for alternative text, but how it can be used for accessibility and SEO, I was not able to. That was diplomatically was not clear for me. Its main purposes are accessibility. Screen readers used by visually impaired users will read out the contents of the alt attribute to describe the image. This makes the web content more accessible to users. Okay, that way it can be used for accessibility. And coming to search engine optimization, search engine uses the alt attribute to understand what an image is about, since they cannot see the images like one can. Providing descriptive and relative alt text can improve the SEO of the web page, helping search engines better index and rank the page. Okay. So search engines, since they cannot see the images, they can go and see the alt text and understand that, okay, this image is related to this particular topic, and because of that, they will show us the relevant pages when you search for that particular topic in the web page or in the search Google search results and all. So the answer is simply, we got the answer now. The answer is, where is it? Yeah, here. The answer is D, guys. Okay. It's use it for accessibility and SEO. It's kind of a tricky question, but that's okay. We have learned something new. And what is the purpose of not pseudo class in CSS selectors? It works in an opposite way. Select elements with specific C attributes. Select element based on their position. Select elements that do not match a certain condition. Yes. Select the this is the third, and C is the correct answer. Select elements that do not match a certain condition. Opposite. How would you select the first child element of a parent using CSS? How would you select the first child element of a parent? Okay. This one, right? It's not first. It's not first child. It's not circular brackets will not have. And colon symbol is not there here, so it is ruled out. First colon, first hyphen child. Colon nth child has circular brackets, okay? But first child, this is the one. What is the nth child pseudo class used in CSS selectors? How is the nth child pseudo class used in? It selects the. I think this is the first child of an element. I think it's not wrong. It's not correct. It selects elements based on their position among siblings. Yes, I think so. It selects elements based on their attribute value. No. selects elements based on the result. D is the correct answer. Okay, it selects elements based on their position among siblings. Nth child of 1, 2, 3, first paragraph, second paragraph, like the positioning. Which of the following is an advantage of using relative XPath over absolute XPath? Which of the following is an advantage of using relative XPath over absolute XPath? Absolute XPath, what is that? Following is an advantage. Relative XPath over absolute. Absolute XPath is faster than relative? No. Answer is correct only. Absolute XPath is faster than relative, but it's not an advantage of using relative or absolute, right? So I cannot pick the first answer. Relative XPath is less prone to changes in the DOM. Yes, correct. Relative XPath is not supported in Selenium. Wrong. Absolute XPath is more flexible in dynamic web pages. This is the correct answer. Relative XPath is less prone to changes in the DOM. For small changes on the UI, relative XPath don't change. It's reliable when compared to absolute XPath. That is a major advantage of relative XPath over absolute XPath. So B is the answer. How can you handle elements with dynamic IDs in the locators? How can you handle elements with dynamic IDs in locators? Use absolute XPath for robustness. No, we will not use that. Rely on the tag selectors only. No, utilize a part of the dynamic ID in the locator. Avoid using locators for dynamic ID. So utilize a part of the dynamic ID in the locator, right? Whatever the constant part is there, that will use it. Okay. To handle the dynamic IDs, we'll take the part which will not change, which is constant. Okay. Absolute XPath is not the correct answer. Rely on the tag selector only is also wrong. Avoid using locators for dynamic elements is also wrong. So C is the correct answer. Ultimately, okay. There are two ways of selecting the answers while taking these exams. One is like you know the answer, and the other answers you should be able to figure out that they are not answers. Okay. Two ways you do. Double check. You will get the correct answer sometime because they will trick us. Even though we have the knowledge, they will trick us. How can you locate an element by its attribute value using a CSS selector? Element attributes. Element attribute is equal to value. How can you locate an element by its attribute value using a CSS selector? Element at the rate attribute. No. Element dot attribute for class. For class it's okay, but for other things we cannot do. But with value also they are saying attribute value they are saying. So here there is some mistake here. So I will select D here with a mistake that this value should be surrounded by single quotes. Okay, element attribute is equal to in single quotes value should be there. Okay, that single quotes are missing, but still I have select D without because I don't have any option there. How can you locate an element based on its link text in Selenium? How can you locate an element based on its link text in Selenium? Find element by dot link text, double quotes text. Locate a single element, so it is find element, not find element. So yeah, by dot text is wrong, by dot tag name is wrong, by dot link is wrong. So first answer is correct. With the link text, we can do like this. Okay. In CSS selectors, what does the dot represent? What does it represent, guys? Does it represent ID or class or attributed tag? It represents a class. Okay, it represents a class. In CSS selectors, dot represents a class. Hash represents ID. What does the asterisk selector represents in CSS? Selects all elements. Selects the first element. Selects elements with specific attributes. Selects element with a specific class. Selects all elements. Okay. Selects all elements. What does asterisk selector represents in CSS? It selects all the elements, irrespective of the tags and all. Okay. Then, which method in Selenium is used to locate a single web element? Which method in Selenium is used to locate a single web element?
First one is a find element.
Okay, mistake, right? Find element. Okay, which method is used to locate a single element? Find element, locate element, get single element, get element. So find element. Okay, if it is find element, is the answer. How do you select an element with the ID my button using a CSS selector? How do you select an element with ID my button using a CSS selector? Hash my button, right? They have not mentioned any button tag here. How do you select an element with the ID? They're not saying that this element having my button is having the button tag anywhere. So I cannot go and say button hash my button. I have simply used hash my button because they have not mentioned the tag name. The answer is hash my button is the answer. Okay. Any element having the ID as my button is the answer. Which XPath access is used to select the parent of the current node? Which XPath access? Parent. Right? Select the parent of the current node is ancestor. Ancestor will do that. What is the purpose of the end of type pseudo class in CS selectors? Pseudo class in CSS selectors. Okay, this is the CSS selectors. End of type. We never use this in CSS selectors actually. Let's see something new that is coming. We'll learn it. If something we have not learned, we can learn it. There is always a room for learning any other stuff. Length of type is as follows. Selector colon length of type n. The type element you want to target. N an integer, a keyword or a function such as 2n, 3n plus 1 or even that specifies which element to be selected. Okay, examples. Even. Select every even paragraph. Okay. Length of type even paragraphs. Length of type 3. Select the third list element in an unordered list. Okay. Select every third image. Length of type 3n. Why 3n came here? If you put a green border around every third image element. Okay, image is there, so image they are saying. So length of type 3, but why n came here, I don't know. Here 3 is there, that's okay. Maybe it's wrongly typed or length of type 3. Okay, so fine. Select the first row in a table, length of type 1. Clear tag, length of type 1. Like position only it is there, but it can be used for other stuff like selects every even element. Okay, 2n means selects every even element. 3n means selects every third element. 3m selects every third element starting with the second element. Okay, a lot of things are there here, guys. We have to do an R&D on this. Length of type CSS selectors. Okay, I'll just make a note of this. So for now, whatever we understand, we'll try to complete this. Okay, length of type in CSS selectors. Right, I have to do an R&D. Learning something every day is very good. Don't worry about what AI will do and all those stuff. Okay, that's not in our hands. If it does also, okay, we have to do our level best and try to get a job. But from my circles, there is no harm in from AI, guys. AI will enhance our capability in the coming days. Will make our job easier. Okay, that's the only thing AI is going to do, and it is going to help the humankind. And also some articles are there. I'll just do R&D and let you know tomorrow. So fine. Then let's go back here to this and find out what is the purpose of length of pseudo. Select element based on the text content, no. Select element based on the attribute value, no. Select element based on position among siblings. I think this is the answer, right? Select elements based on their position among siblings, right? So some position, even or like third position, second position, like that. We have different codes that we can put inside the end of chat, but this is the answer anyhow. What is the purpose of ancestor or self access in XPath? Ancestor or self access? I think I have not covered that XPath access, right? For you, XPath access. This is the access that include both the current node and all its ancestors. Ancestor or self. The meaning is ancestor or self. The meaning is it will it can be used to locate itself and also its ancestor. Selects the parents of the current node. It selects the current node and its ancestors. It selects the descendants of the current node. It's not this is not correct. It selects the current node and its siblings. Not correct. So it selects the parent of the current node. No. It selects the current node and its ancestors. It is the correct answer. Okay. There's one more access here. Apart from whatever the access I explained, XPath access. I'll just make a note all the different things that are coming up. I have to make a note, but these things why they are asking, I don't know, because we don't use in real time that much depth. How can you locate and interact with input fields on a web page? How can you locate and interact with input fields on a web page? Find element by dot. No, this is not correct. By dot tag name input. This is correct. Okay, input tag name. By dot type text is wrong. By dot name input name is wrong. Okay. How can you locate elements within an iframe using Selenium locators? How can you locate elements within an iframe using Selenium locators? Using only XPath locators, use absolute XPath for iframe elements. Switch to iframe and then use regular locators. Use CSS selectors specific to iframes. Third answer is correct. You can switch to an iframe to locate the elements inside an iframe. First, we have to switch to the iframe and then use regular locators. Okay. So iframe concept will come in the coming sessions that I'll cover at depth. Okay. And then which of the following represents a valid XPath for selecting elements with a specific attribute value? Which of the following represents a valid XPath for selecting elements with a specific attribute value? / element attribute is equal to value. This looks correct. Square brackets are there, circular brackets, so it's wrong. The @ symbol is not there before the attribute, so it's wrong. The @ symbol is not there, so it is wrong. Same options here. Double equal. Okay. So anyhow, attributes are not there. So this one. The first one is the correct answer. What is the purpose of the following access in XPath? It selects the parent of the current node. Following access. Following XPath access. Following means it should be following. It selects the nodes that come after the current node. This looks correct for me. It selects the siblings that come, no, not siblings. It selects the child nodes of the current node, no. It selects the nodes that come after the end of the current node. Okay. B is the answer. Which method in Selenium retrieves the value of a specific attribute of an element? Which method in Selenium retrieves the value of a specified attribute of an element? Get attribute, get ATTR, retrieve attribute, or fetch attribute. Get attribute. So Selenium WebDriver method they are asking you, get attribute method using the will retrieve the value of a particular attribute that you mentioned inside the get attribute command. Okay. So which CSS selector would you use to select all anchor elements with the class external? Anchor tag with the class as external. @ will not be there in CSS selector, so this is wrong. So tag name is A and dot external is fine. So this is fine. Dot will be used for classes and external. This is correct. A square bracket external. Here external is tag name A is there. But here external is a value, right? It's a value. So A square bracket class is equal to external in single quote should be there. But this is wrong. That's why A dot external is fine because this is shortcut for that part. A square bracket class is instead of writing class is equal to external, we can write A dot external. That's correct. Dot external A is wrong. So B is the correct answer. Then what is the significance of the following? -sibling access, XPath access, and XPath. It selects the parent of the current node. Wrong. It selects the siblings that come after the current node. Yes. It selects the siblings that come before. Wrong. Following means it comes after only. Select the child nodes of the current node. Wrong. Okay, so B is the correct answer. What does button disable represents in a CSS selector? What does button disabled represent in a CSS selector? Selects all the disabled buttons. Select all disabled buttons. Select the first disabled button. Select buttons with the text disabled. Okay, there's shortcut right, hyphen disabled, colon disabled. It will locate all the buttons which are in disabled state. So button colon disabled selects buttons with selects all disabled buttons. Okay, that's the first answer. That's the first one is the correct answer. Yeah. What does input square bracket name hashtag username represents in CSS selectors? Selects all input elements. Selects input elements with a name username. Selects input elements containing username in their name attribute. This is correct. Containing is important. Okay, C is the correct answer. So we are able to answer all the questions. Click on submit. Okay, this is what method is used. Okay, there are some questions I'm missing. Okay, that's crazy. Which method is used in Selenium to locate multiple elements? Find elements. Okay. Which method is used in Selenium to locate multiple elements is find. Earlier it has not come. I don't think so. What happened? Locate element, find all, find elements. Okay. Locate multiple elements and did I answer all the questions now? I think I have answered. Click on submit. Yeah, the response has been recorded. Okay, that's fine. Hope I was able to answer that questions, Mahesh. Any other things came? Yeah. So you have also sent me the PDF, that's fine, no problem. But I've answered it, no problem. That thing, that came is in the exam, so it's better we try it out. Okay. So any other questions, guys? Any other questions you have? I'll upload the code. Meanwhile, if you have any questions, you can ask me. So daily we'll discuss something at the end of the session, okay, so that we can improve our knowledge. We'll try to just try to post your interview questions in the WhatsApp group also. So that we'll try to, if no questions are there, at least we can, no questions are there, we can at least go through that group related stuff and, work on that. Okay. If you have questions, we can spend on the questions. Otherwise, I'll just go through that discussions in the WhatsApp group and I'll try to answer them. Okay. That's the plan. So yesterday's and today's code I'll upload today. Yesterday I forgot. Today I'll upload. Properties. Go to this location. Selenium first project. Control A, Control C. And I'll go to the local repos. Spaces becoming less. Box. Local repos. And Selenium Batch 1 project. Our links. Just give me a second. Yeah. I pasted it here. Selenium Batch 1 project, right click, show more options. Patch here. Any questions you can ask me meanwhile. Status. Dot. In git status. Then git. Haponium. Then waiting mechanism. Part 1 and 2. Git push. What is it? Wait. Done. So here GitHub. .com. There we go. So I'll go to this Selenium Batch 1 project and this RC, this Java. That I'll go to this waiting mechanism demo. And these are the 4 files so far. This is the code I'll upload. This code yesterday assigned to this code. Yesterday assigned to this. Here also notes, also the same thing, edit. Yesterday's and today's notes. Okay, fine. So, and recording will be uploaded soon. Recording will be loaded soon. So that I post. Any other questions, guys? Any questions left out? Anyone still have any questions before I close this session? Anyone have any questions? General questions or any other questions? Okay. So that's all for today, guys. See you in today's crash course in the evening at 8 p.m. IST. Okay. So meet you there. Bye, everyone. See you.